Welcome to the channel for the first time. Viewers, welcome back from my existing subscribers. I've been talking to my friends, and one thing that I noticed is that, I give them a lot of PC gaming advice, but I really don't, I don't really give y'all any gaming advice. So I'm gonna keep this video brief, but I am gonna touch base on some of the things that I like to do when I'm buying PC parts. So the first thing that I like to do is obviously research. If you're new to the PC gaming scene, you can get real overwhelmed in marketing, in opinions, and all types of different things. So what you want to do is actually take a look at specifically what your goal with this is going to be. So if you're going to be a content creator, or if you're going to be a gamer, there are different tiers of performance you can kind of try to target, right? And then it doesn't necessarily mean that the better product or the more expensive product is going to either even be more performant for you, right? So you definitely want to research and take a look at benchmarks. So for example, you might see an Alienware PC. I wouldn't necessarily get one, but you might see one and it tells you what exactly is included in that PC, right? It'll tell you to have an i7, 12700 and a 3080, right? What you can do next is take that information and just plug in those component numbers and those titles that you see inside of YouTube and just put in the game you're going to play afterwards. So something like 12700 RTX 3080 Apex Legends, right? And then you'll start to get results. That's kind of what you see on my channel, is different benchmarks. I like to try to help people by just showcasing what I have and the performance that I get. And, hopefully some people, it'll help their buying decisions. Sometimes we spark up good conversations and a lot of things can happen from there. But take the titles of the parts that you see, put them into YouTube, and then search them up that way. The second thing you want to do is, if you're building a PC, is you definitely want to make sure you're getting the best price, right? So a lot of times, especially in my description, I've got the Amazon affiliate links. They're pretty good about the really big discounts. And right now the 3090s are pretty much on a fire sale. $12.99. If you're going through Amazon, you can get some of the top tier models. And I think I've seen some for $13.99. And I don't think I've seen the 3090 Ti's is what I'm talking about, but I don't think I've seen it for any lower than that. I think there was one that was like $12.50. It might have been an EVGA one for $12.50. That was the lowest I saw. But anyways, same concept. Take the number, or take the model numbers that you see, the computer chip, the graphics card, plug them in, and then plug in a game that you want to play or see the performance of afterwards, and maybe even the resolution. So if you plan on playing at 4K, or if you plan on playing at 1080p, those are all things you need to take into consideration, right? The next thing I would say is that if you are building, again, right? If you're building and you want to make sure you get the best price, what you want to do is look on Amazon, and let's say, for instance, they're selling the 12900 for, let's say, or 12700, they're selling it for $400. That's just random. I put that math. So they're selling it for $400, and you're about to go to your local Best Buy and make a purchase, or you want to order it straight from there. I would say also check Micro Center. I would also check Newegg. I would check all the different e-tailers and retailers that are big box locations. This could be the same for keyboards, could be the same for headsets. I've saved thousands of dollars doing this. Like, I remember the first time that I was unsure whether it would work or not, I was at Best Buy and I went to buy a 9700K. It was my first Intel product. And it was almost $80 cheaper at Micro Center. So I was like, hey, can you match Micro Center? And they said yes. So ever since then, I've just been price matching everything. I find it for the cheapest price I can, and I'll either order it if it's something on Amazon, or if it happens to be at Best Buy, then I'll go to Best Buy and price match. All right, so that's where I do all of my price matching, is if I'm going to Best Buy to try to pick something up. Not everything's going to be in a Best Buy, so you may end up ordering some parts from Newegg, some parts from Amazon. But in the grand scheme of things, just always being proactive and taking a look at what is on sale, what's not on sale, will help you go a long way. The last little bit I would touch base on is you also want to look at what the performance is going to be of your parts. This is a little harder to do with what I have in mind, which is your RAM, right? So you might see a kit of RAM. Really, you want to look at something like the timings, not necessarily just the speed that's on the box. So you might see 3600 and it'll be C20 or something terrible. And you might see it for like $70. It looks like a good deal. You see another kit that's like 3600 and it's C14, which is a phenomenal kit. So it's like, why is this one 70? Why is this one 150? And a lot of times it's because the latency of which the communication happens in the PC, without getting all technical, is a lot lower on that more expensive kit. But that's not always the case. Sometimes a less expensive kit, like what you see in my description, is actually more performant. It just happens to be that way. So let me know if you all want some more buying tips or just some PC tips in general. If you like this format, I'll be in the comments and just answering any questions. If you got any questions overall, again, just hit me up. And also, if you want to take a look at what exactly I have, you can look at the build list. I have both my PCs. I also try to include some of my older parts. That way, if you stumble across an older video of mine, you could also see what I was using at that particular time. So y'all be easy. I'll catch you on the flip.